Back with the Ford Focus. The last time I was here, I diagnosed a bad AC clutch. Well, the clutch itself is fine, but the pulley is really grinding and making some really horrible noises. And it's already stopped the belt from spinning once. He lost, power, and it kind of melted the belt a little bit. So we got this in a brand new belt. It took a couple times to get this from Ford too. Last week when it came in, it looked like it was used. It was definitely used. Somebody broke the connector off and stuff like that. Now from up top, can't really tell anything that's wrong. But when you come down, which I'll show you a little bit later, down here, you just see melted rubber belts everywhere. And I took the belts off, which I'm going to do again to show you. But for right now, I'm going to go and get this belt off. I've done this 3 or 4 times on my channel. If you want to get this belt off, you got to take the tire off, the wheel well, the motor mount, make sure this is supported. I've shown it too many times, so I'm going to go to cut this to shorten up this video. So to get to this point, I think it took 5 minutes. Again, I've done it so many times, and you can watch any other Ford Focus video of mine. Like I said, it's super simple, but we spin this. Quiet, no play in it, feels good. Now these are new. Spins really nice. And this way down here where you can't see, that's all brand new too. And here's the water pump. Also no play in the wheel. Here's that tensioner that I was talking about. Look at that, dead silent. That you're not going to move because that's the crankshaft. But then right here is this, rusty and crusty. See, it's barely moving. It sounds gross. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to replace that and not the whole compressor. So I do see maybe a 7mm and a couple of those plastic push pins. So let's go ahead and get those out because I'm going to need this out of my way. I know what you're thinking, 5.5. How often does that get used? Believe it or not, more than what you think. A lot of those tools are just, buy them once and then sit in the toolbox. That one's actually been used quite a bit. All right, now that we got that out of the way, we can see the bottom part of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower the engine down a little bit so then we can get a little clearer access to it. Okay, is it better? It is better. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nasty. So I think this is doable with the room we have. Now, and that's just based off of if everything comes off easy enough. So without further ado, let's start tearing this apart and see how bad this is gonna get. That's 10mm bolt. Now, there's gonna be little spacers in there. We don't want to lose anything, so we're just gonna take it off as best we can right now, and then we'll go from there. So right now, we got that plate. Now we're going to get the snap ring that's right here. Done. This is what I was fearing, was this thing being stuck on. Oh, there we go, it's coming off. This next part is going to be difficult to film. Get you in there as best I can. Deep down in there, so I'm going to have to go at it with these, is another snap ring. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to be able to film this part. It's a little tiny snap ring. It's down in there. Now, if it was outside the car, I could show you, but since I have a horn and everything and a bumper in front of my, you guys are just straight in my way. So here it is. This one was kind of a pain to get to. So this one needs to be squeezed and this one needs to be expanded. Oh boy. All right, now for the last part, getting this off. This one looks like there's screws in it. So we'll have to take a look at that. So on top of the snap ring, there are 3 Phillips head screws. 1, 2, 3. And that's all she wrote. Now, this one is connected to a wiring harness, which we need to get up there. Okay, so it's not held on by anything, so we're just gonna have to, I'm gonna try to go reach at it from the top and figure that part out. So you have to use a ratchet wrench. Yeah, that's a bummer. I'm like so close, like that's the hard part, is getting the old stuff off. Oh, and of course that doesn't come out because there's no room. And there's one more right here, which it's not a 13. Why wouldn't it be the same? It's not a 10 either. Alright, figure out what that is. Now I got the wire plugged in up top. I didn't even film it. You can't take this AC compressor out. There's like 5 other things you have to remove, like the power steering pump, wires, hoses, lower radiator hose. So what I did was I took it up, I angled it down as far as I can. You're able to shove your hands on both sides. You can't see anything. So I got that off, put it back on, close to impossible. I got this ring on. I got the snap ring in there. Now it's time to add the brand new bearing, which I'm gonna looks the same as the old one. Obviously in a lot better condition. Listen how nice that spins now. Make sure that is seated like that. Perfect. Oh, listen to the difference already. That's beautiful. Now we're going to kind of fish out these right here. We got to make sure we count them. There is, okay, 2 ultra thin ones and a thick one. And that's it. They do come with new ones. So we just gotta, here's an ultra thin one, but it's all tore up. So here's one thick one. So I'm gonna load that up like that. Okay, so 2 ultra thin ones and a thick one. Just like that. That's how they were laid down in there. So that's how we're going to keep it. We don't want to... Yep. Alright, so that's how we're going to do it. Okay, so just like that. Thick, thin. That didn't go on as nice as I would have liked it to, so that's why I'm just looking to see if there's any damage, but there's not. Oh, I see why. It's going in, but every time I lay it down sideways, the little spacers in there go crooked. There we go. So that's what it was. The spacers in there goes crooked. They do supply you with a new 10mm. Okay. Oh, listen to that. That is just so much smoother now. So what I'm doing now is just tidying up, putting all these bolts back and hangers back around the actual compressor. 'Cause like I said, I had to take this down, and I'm a firm believer, if it's in my way, I remove it. I mean, that after a while, how many parts you have piled up, it might look intimidating, but for me, it doesn't really bother me. I prefer it because if it makes this job easier, then once this main part's done, the rest is just plastic. You can, you know, put it back to where it goes, but there we go. But yeah, anyway, like, you can shove your hand right in between the dipstick and the base and reach your hand up there. And then you can take this hand, once all this is gone, and reach up here for that wiring harness. Because like I said, you cannot see it. Oh, listen to that. Look at that, though. That's how it should work. Hopefully with the spacers in there, it works out good. So, but really, before I put anything back together, I'm going to get the brand new belt and slap that on. All right, now that I got those in, I just want to get these bolts started before I tighten everything up. Just want to make sure it's threading in fine, which they are. And get this last 15 millimeter down here. And now these are 18 millimeter. Now I'm going to slowly lower that lower jack. And there, that's fully removed. Just want to get a couple double checks. Check the 215s. All right. Put that 10 millimeter bolt back right there.